What I'm going to do in this video is sum up and summarize how many people, if not most people, approach the path of spiritual development or discovery or cultivation or consciousness or enlightenment or really whatever you want to call it. Now, people may be offended or annoyed by this video. That's okay. People may take it in the wrong way and see it in a black and white sort of perspective when trying to say that I'm anti this or anti that. It's really not the point of the video. That's really not at all what I'm saying. Also, a second thing is, yes, there's some glare over here, but it's just sort of the limitations I'm working with based on the situation with the whiteboard here. So everything that's written back here I'm going to be saying, so don't worry about if you can or cannot read the text. So to sum up many, if not most paths, we can go to the root foundations, the root cause, the root sort of programming. And that is because we're all born as humans into a society. And because of that, our minds come in and we get sort of formatted or downloaded with a whole list of implicit assumptions, agreements, and axioms about the world, about the society and culture that we live in, and about ourselves as human beings and our place in the cosmos. So one of the main and most common things that comes up in there is this ladder of success that society gives us, or this hierarchical view of the world. And it basically says, higher is better, and really represents this ladder which we have to climb up if we want to be successful. We start off in kindergarten, then we go to elementary school, and then secondary school, and then high school, and then college, and the PhD, and then the graduate school, graduate school, PhD, and then this level job, and that level job, and that level job, and that's the education model. The same model is economic, same model is social, and then same model is also in sort of the religious sense, where God's up here, and then this person's here, and then this group of people's here, and then this group of people's here, and then somewhere way down here there's us, or regular human beings. So we have this ladder of success about the world and about society that is sort of just put into our mind as a norm or as a frame of reference. So many people, as a result, feel like that kind of sucks. They feel like that doesn't really work that well, that doesn't really mesh, that doesn't really vibe with them. They think something's wrong, something feels off. Maybe I feel bad, or this happened to me and I feel this way, or something really feels off here. So what happens is they say, well, you know what? I'm going to jump on a spiritual path. I'm going to discover, I'm going to evolve, I'm going to be enlightened, I'm going to be one with everything, I'm going to be saved, I'm going to be all these different adjectives, which we can call spiritual success. So really what that means, what that looks like, is we have this original constraining program that we were given by our society and culture in which we're both sort of feeling that it's not really that good. And by constraining, we mean that it's literally constraining us. It's making us feel constrained or limited or restricted or stagnated in some way, because it's limiting our freedom, our creativity, and the flow of love and joy in our life. So we have this original constraining program, this sort of ladder of success model of looking at things. And then as a result, we've developed and taken on limiting self-images. Limiting images about ourselves, limiting images about the world and our relationships and our place in it. So we have this original constraining program that causes us to take on limiting self-images, but then we jump into our spiritual path. And what happens is, typically we just add more images on top of that. Whereas before we had all the society stuff and we renounced that. Oh, that's bad, that's stupid. I don't want anything to do with that. I don't want anything to do with that ladder of success, or what society says is good or bad, or money or jobs or success or material wealth, or eating this or eating that, or doing this or doing that, and all these different things we just deny. All these things are all bad. What happens is we just replace them with, oh, well, now I'm devoted, or I'm pure, or I'm conscious, or I'm spiritual, or I'm disciplined, or I'm selfless, or I'm compassionate, or I'm detached, or I'm more natural, I'm more in tune with everything, I'm in tune with the world and the vibrations in it. We have all these images that we just put on ourselves, which might be helpful in some instances, but are also very limiting and constraining in other instances, just like all of the limiting and constraining programs that we got from society in the first place. And if that sounds weird, which it might actually, because most people think, well, it's good to be devoted, it's good to be pure, it's good to be spiritual, it's good to be disciplined, it's good to be selfless, it's good to be compassionate, it's good to be detached, it's good to be natural, all these things are awesome and great. Well, why do you think that way, and who told you that? Is something to ask, but also we need to take a deeper look at spiritual success and what that means. Typically what that means, and I'm going to dip out of the camera here for a second, is we're going to need to get rid of our earthiness. We're going to have to develop our higher self or our higher virtues and really control and diminish our lower virtues, which really just causes more division and reinforces the original distorted hierarchical ladder view in that we are trying to get rid of in the first place. So we take this thing that we said is bad and we're renouncing, we're getting away from, but we're just digging it in deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, but just in a slightly different way. And we're making it sound cool and fancy and evolved and conscious and enlightened because we're putting all these little fancy bells and whistles on it and adding all these self-images just to really boost ourselves up. But in reality, just more division, because we're dividing ourselves up. This part of me is good, this part of me is bad. I need more of this part, less of that part, and this part of the world is good, this group is saved, this group is evil, this food group is good, this food group is bad. All of these different conversations play out massively. Which is funny, because if you hang out with any number of people either in this group or in any other different group, the number one topic of conversation most of the time is everyone in the out group. So if you hang out with people who are really devoted and pure, conscious and spiritual and blah, 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 the main thing they talk about is how everyone else is not that, or they talk about the unenlightened or that group, or the people who don't get it, or the people that need to be saved, or the people that need to experience the cosmic shift or the enlightenment, or all these different things, which again is this more duality. So you might be wondering at this point, well, you know, what's really the issue here? Why is any of this bad? Well, ultimately it's not good or bad, because it's your life. You're responsible for your life. You're responsible for your decisions and your thoughts and your beliefs and the things that you do in your life, just like I am. I'm not here to tell you to do X, Y, or Z, or do anything different, or do anything other than what you feel is right for yourself, because it's not what this is about. It's really about getting to these issues, which is, number one, never deprogrammed the real root cause. Because you might be wondering, well, you know, I just feel something's off, needs to be changed. Well, what needs to be changed, what needs to be looked at, is this original messed up view of the world that we were all given, or this original limiting self-image, or this original constraining program. That's what needs to really be looked at, because that's what's really blocking and messing everything up. Because if we think that we need to cultivate X, Y, and Z, what we're really saying is we don't have it. What we're saying is it's not inside of us. What we're saying is it's not natural. What we're saying is we're unnatural, or we're bad, or we're impure, or we're X, Y, and Z. But if we just work hard enough, then we can be all these other things over here. Which again is just basically reiterating the original root spell, or the original program that needs to be getting rid of in the first place. So really what we did is we took the original limiting belief or image and just made it bigger. We just exemplified it and magnified it and really just boosted it up. So the moral of the story is, you might be thinking, well, you know, how I want to feel more of this, or I want to feel more of that. Well, the reality is we're already one with everything. We're already cosmic consciousness. We're already holistic and natural. We're already one with everything. What causes us to ignore these things and not see them and to push them away is these original constraining beliefs, self-images, and programs that were given in the first place. So hopefully that's all made sense and is coming together, and I'll talk to you soon.